Alright, hello again, and welcome back to a new episode of March of the Eagles, the Ottomans! Where we last left off was not in a very good state. In fact, we have a plethora of troops moving towards us from Austria, and most of our armies are regrouping back in Constantinople because of obvious reasons. So, what I've decided to do, because basically, one, because we can, and two, because it'd be really easy, is instead of attacking Tripoli, which I was really contemplating, like I was really thinking about attacking them, I decided let's attack the Egyptians and finish off this sector or this place over here. That way, you know, I don't have to go back. And plus, that's actually one of my dominant places, is to attack Tripoli. So, I mean not Tripoli, Egypt, Cairo, someplace over here in the Middle East. Yippee. Alright, so that's what we're gonna do right now, is finish off this war. And since no one is guaranteeing them, this will be like the easiest war ever, because all we have to do is just crush Cairo and just take as much land as possible. Alright, there we go. And that was the full... Okay. Maybe not the full entire war, but that was basically the entire war. So we'll siege down this with our 22,000 men. And, yeah. That was it. Congratulations, everyone. That was the entire episode. We will see you guys next time. No. But, anyways, let's get back to our men. I'm not bringing out any of my men until they are at least strong again. At least until this goes down by 20,000. We only need about 20,000 troops. I will... Oh, I actually have some troops over here? Really? I don't know. This is... When most of my army is back, I'll go send them in, because we honestly won't win this. And holy shoot, the Russians are having a big army down here. Yeah. They're crushing all the garrison troops. Nothing I can do about that. I just don't have enough garrison troops to do anything. So, but since I know that Tripoli can be basically conquered by just 18,000 troops, what I might do is actually go send the great general of Mohammed to go up there and go help us with our kind of last-ditch attempt to try to defend our land. Because heaven knows that we're not going to win this by ourselves, and I just don't think we're going to end this. This is going to be, if I somehow win this, it's going to be a miracle. Like, literally, I am going to have to pull every trick I have of all the strategic games I know. I'm going to have to pull out a lot of tricks. Because, I mean, they are crushing. They are not just... We're not the only ones healing right now. They're healing up themselves. But the good thing is that we are starting to match them again. They have actually gained more ships than we have. I don't know how, but they have more ships now. So that's kind of a downer, but for the most part, we have basically matched them in strength. At least on paper. Now, with the fact that they have more militia than we do, and the fact that they have more, like, infantry than we do, they basically can win in a lot of situations. But I feel confident enough now that we can successfully move out all of our troops to try to defend some of these outer regions. And maybe conquer back some of our more important regions. I mean, look at that. We're going to have to start crushing on that army just a little bit. And that's what I think we're going to have to concentrate our forces on, is we can't just go in and... Yes! We can't just focus on two armies. We're going to have to focus on that army right there, because that army is a little bit more threatening than this one. And if we can somehow beat that army right over there, we could potentially win this war. So, what I'm going to do is strategically place all my men right next to each other. And a kind of like last ditch opportunity that I'm just going to like carefully but surely move them in. Because we don't want them to all group up and then just mass attack me, because then they just end this place right now. And again, once these guys, just to reiterate, once these guys finish up with their kind of route, I'm going to annex the entire Egypt. But let's go in slowly, see what happens. And I don't think you guys can actually see 5 speed. So I'm gonna slow it down to like 4 speed. So it may be a little bit slower now, but it's worth it. So we're crushing. It seems like the return of my armies has given us great gifts, like the fact that we're crushing this entire army. Yeah, the 20, those guys are not going to escape. Yep. Ooh. They might try to actually save those guys. I better go in there and go, ooh, come on guys, make it. You know, that always seems to happen, don't you think? Like, right when you think you're about to win. Well, actually, I could still crush these guys with my other troops. Yeah, just right when you're about to think you're gonna win, all of a sudden they pull out something cool and you lose. Seriously. But in the process of losing, we actually drove them back. Like, we drove them back again. It makes me happy. And the Egyptians should be completely, conquered. And that means, everyone, we can just annex them. So, and they have no say in this whatsoever. My king! Egypt accepted our generous peace offer. You know, throughout all the games, I've always loved that rebuttal. Just a generous offer, you know, to take over your entire country and leave you guys out for dust. So, there we go. And, you know, as you can see, it still looks like they're part of their empire, and actually our borders have decreased, but the colors haven't changed. The way you actually fix this is you just have to go, like, right about here and then just right about there, and voila, it's fixed again. And, wow, I really want to conquer Tripolina now. But with that, we now own all of Egypt. Which means we no longer have to worry about them ever kicking our butts or coming near us again. So what does that entail for us? Now? Well, now we just need to, like, try to kick out the Austrians, or at least start driving them back a little bit. Which I think we could actually do if we just keep applying pressure to just one specific region. Because, I mean, they don't... Yeah, you see, they just don't have the military... They don't have the militaristics to, like, keep fighting us everywhere. I mean, if we can win the Kepler... Okay, no, do not attack right there. That's actually going to be a really bad idea. Because they have the upper advantage there. There we go. So, if we could just keep hitting these guys like we've been hitting them, we could potentially start pushing them back. I mean, we've always seen, like... Yeah, you see, with all these winning battles... Okay, that's actually a stupid idea. Don't attack right there. Okay, yeah. They aren't reinforcing those troops either, so... That's good. We don't have to worry about reinforcements. But with them not reinforcing their troops, we are slowly... I feel confident that we are slowly gaining back the upper hand in this. At least on... Oh, wait. Oh, wait, that's our side. Yay! Never mind. I thought that was the enemy side. I was like, oh, no. But yeah, look at that. Retreat. If you guys can annihilate the 11k army, we might have a chance. I mean, the 12k army. If you guys can beat the 12k army, yes. Come on, no. Yes! Oh, yes, okay. That means we now have a chance. With the biggest forces crushed in this region, that means this region's not... That region, if we really want to, that region would not be as hard as conquering this region. But now since we've just kind of, like, destroyed a lot of the troops, this army, it really depends if the Sultan can win this battle right here. If they can win this battle, we basically have the entire war in our bag. And no, he cannot win this battle. Oh, yeah. So, it's still possible for them to beat us. As much as I hate to say it, they still have the likelihood of beating us with that one army still intact. But with that, I think that kind of taught them a lesson that they need to retreat. So I'm gonna start sieging down some of my territories again. It's much easier to reconquer all this than to try to fortify it. I mean, now look at this. The counterattack against the gigantic hordes of army they had is now almost over. They are rapidly being pushed back, which is by all means good. And my phone is ringing right now. It's no one important. So, continuing the game. Oh man, but no, this is just a credibility here. I did not expect myself to push them back, because now we're like, we could get back to Belgorod and Tulsa, and I'm not going to move. I'm going to try to keep a good garrison right here to try to, in fact, this will be guarded by Silip or Pascha. Ah, I'm a dinosaur. That's what he makes me feel like he is, a dinosaur. But man, it takes so much resources to try to defend against the Ottomans. I mean, you guys know who I mean. Just takes so much resources. It's almost like a draining, never-ending war. Now this is just stupid. I'm just doing this because I just want to kill as many troops as I can. Actually, no way, it was smart. Yes! And with that, this entire regions of the Balkans have been reconquered. We now have control over it again. Which means we can now start crushing down these guys too. Wait, let's wait right here just a little bit more. And there was something about Frederick the 8th, about Denmark. I think it's something about like, due to like France taking over all of Denmark, there's some kind of special event that occurs. I don't know. I didn't really get it the first time when I was playing as France, but c'est la vie. Alright, and you know, I've been talking so much about this game that I've forgotten to even like mention all the things I was gonna mention. Like, oh, do we even have time? I'm not sure. I don't have like my usual clock here with me to like tell time and like say, oh yeah, time to go, guys. This episode's dragging on a little bit. So bye bye. Time. No. You know, I'll just mention this part because this part's actually pretty important since it's gonna happen in a couple of days. Recently at OmicronCrew, we have been having a I guess expansion of the roster from just me and Max. And what we've done is we kind of looked at all of our friends and, you know, all kind of our friends and who, because actually, if you can believe it or not, all my friends YouTube. Like, they've all YouTubed and they do their own kind of channel thing and they do all their own certain studs. And it's kind of cool to, like, see what their ideas are and what my ideas are. You know, it's just all this kind of cool creativity. So, what we decided to do was just see who is the best out of them all and who deserves to be some new recruitments for OmicronCrew. And what we decided was we're going to promote 2 people into the new OmicronCrew. Which is the first person I think deserves it beyond any other person on the roster, just because this guy literally was there for us and literally was there for me through the entire beginning. I mean, they're obviously pushing back to go take Belgorod. That's where they're kind of heavily aiming. I'm gonna try to intercept them with some army, but I don't think I'll make it in time. No, so what we decided was that this guy deserves it more than anything. He was a guy who brought me back to YouTubing, and you know, ever since he kind of closed his personal channel, I felt like, hey, you know, this is kind of, since he's not gonna do it by himself, he might as well do it with me. And since he still wants to do YouTubing, I think this was like the perfect opportunity for him to do it. So, without further ado, the first YouTuber to be admitted into OmicronCrew since its creation is Andy Stan, or Andrew, the guy who brought me back to YouTubing, everyone. Give him a round of applause! And that's a rapid applause. So he is going to be one of the new members, and he should be uploading. He should be one of those people that should be uploading Saturday on just like a Saturday-Sunday schedule. I'm not entirely sure what he'll be uploading. I'm guessing something about StarCraft because, shoot, if he doesn't upload stuff about StarCraft, I mean, yeah. All I'm saying, people, if you didn't understand by that joke, is he's really good at StarCraft. And Belgrade Higher School. The Belgrade Higher School has been established by Donst Alovich, a scientist, Institute for Higher and Professional Education. It is under the control of the Minister of Education and has 3 departments: philosophy, engineering, and law. And it is managed by the Reactor and the Academic Council. And with the new accent that Selim has given us, it makes everything sound like you are a pirate, and that you have a very gruff voice. Speaking of which, if you try to do that voice too long, you literally lose your voice for the entire day. And that has happened to me, so I know. But anyways, we getting back to that promotion thingy that I just talked about. You know, seriously, I should have just declared war on these guys and just taken all this territory. I mean, look at the Russians. I bet you anything, they're not even trying. They're even sending like their big gigantic forces there. They're just kind of like, meh, send force, meh, send force, meh, send force. I don't know. But the last person to be promoted, which, you know, like I said, we had a good amount of choices. But we ultimately decided, just because he was it's a he, by the way, since he was a great guy to always have on, he was a great guy to, you know, always chat with, to always have fun with. I mean, he just was an all-around funny. I mean, he was funny by himself. He was funny with me and Max. I mean, this guy had it. So we decided, since he fits so well in the group, that my special guest, Brandon something or other, as I love to commonly say, which is the best. Remember, everyone, that is the best way you can say anything. Something or other. Because it implies more than what it says. So let's just crush these troops right here. Because I left... oh, this is just a losing. Yeah. There we go. Finally, our first win. And just to clarify this. Wow, we are losing lots of troops here. Oh, shoot. Shoot. Shoot! Okay, that's unfair. That is just completely unfair. No! Stop. This gotta... You know, they really gotta, like, give an attack out, or not an attack, a, like, command for you to just, like, stop sieges when that happens. But the guy who I'm gonna say, like I always say, is Brandon. He deserves his spot on the new OmicronCrew roster. Because, you know, he's very funny. If, you know, not many people always have watched the special videos, but if you go back and you listen to him, he's very funny, he's very lighthearted, he knows how to kind of, I don't know, he kind of brings out a different side of me that, you know, not many people get to see on YouTube, because it's kind of hard, like talking to people. So, Great Britain, they tell us of the Slave Trade Act. Following the work of campaigns known as the Saints in the United Kingdom, the Act for Abolition of the Slave Trade was passed by the Parliament on the 25th of March on 1807. The Act imposed a fine of £100 for every slave found aboard a British ship. The intervention was to outlaw entirely the slave trade within the whole British Empire, which the British Empire actually did. They really did do that, and they were the most, it's kind of interesting, they were from 1700s, they were the most advocate of slave trade. I mean, they had all the slave trade market down. They were the big investor, the big company, and they basically had everything. It's kind of funny how, like, you know, in 1807, or not 1807, I don't know the exact year, but it might actually have been 1807 now that I think about it. They switched from being that to being this completely hating slaves, which slavery is bad, people. I'm not going to advocate slavery, but completely hating slaves, completely destroying everything, sending ships out to just go destroy any type of slave ship out there. I mean, it was just such a drastic change, and, you know, it just shows just shows like the truthfulity of that people are naturally good, and eventually you see the horribleness of things that happen. Though on the bad side, I'm not one of those kind of people, because the Ottoman Empire at this time did like slaves, so yeah. Well, at least I kicked those guys out of Belgrade. I feel pretty good right now. And we have our new 17,000 troops getting deployed. You know what I might do? Because it might be much quicker and much easier, is I might just go send these two armies. Since it seems like the war between France and Russia is going to take so long, I might just send them over there. But anyways, that was the most important news at this episode, and that's where I should end the episode. So, for everyone, I'll see you guys next time. I hope you guys will comment, rate, and subscribe. You know, show the Sultan that you care, and show him that this is not just for nothing. This is for something. I know that this is for a greater good, and, you know, also maybe comment here and there saying, oh, how do you like the new changes of OmicronCrew that we have? You know, do you like Brandon, or do you like Andrew, or do you just not care? You could just give me, I really will, if you give me a comment that says, I just don't care, I will comment to you saying, I don't know, maybe I'll say Harlem Shake. Maybe then somebody will send me a good Harlem Shake video. But anyways, I'll see you guys next time.